I'm standing by the East Coast Main Line in Lincolnshire, part of the line known as Stoke Bank, where 75 years ago a Yorkshireman drove a steam engine faster than anybody has done before and anybody ever will. It was in July 1938, on the 3rd, that Mallard, driven by Joe Duddington, fired by Tommy Bray and inspected by Sam Jenkins, went past here at 126 miles an hour, and just a mile and a half behind me is the actual point, and that is marked by a plaque, a large sign set up by the Gresley Society some years ago. Now, the reason why we're doing this with regard to model railway is Hornby is producing 6 A4s, the surviving 6 A4s, which will be appearing at the Great Gathering at York, or will have appeared by the time you see this. And the most famous A4 is of course Mallard, and later on in this presentation I shall be testing this on my model railway of Little Bytham. I'm standing on the bridge just south of where Little Bytham station used to be, and you'll see what it used to look like in the model, on the model, later on. Now, although Mallard actually did 126 miles an hour, the actual point at which she broke the record is a couple of miles further south. But Little Bytham will always be the station that's associated with the record run, because it was this station, not Essendine, not the one a bit further along, because Duddington had applied the brakes by then. It was this station where she was going probably 122, 123 miles an hour, just before the 126 peak. The dynamometer car verified the absolute speed of 126, and that's actually carried, that's listed on the plaque that was fitted by the LNER right at the end of its existence on Mallard's side. Just as a matter of interest, Mallard did 126 miles an hour going south using the 1200 of Stoke Bank. But today the HSTs, the Class 91s, they do 125 miles an hour, probably 126 or even a bit more. Every one, whether they're going down the bank or up the bank, the same speed. So whenever people speak of Mallard and the world speed record, it's Little Bytham.
With my lovely blue streamlined engine Mallard, we drew away from Grantham. I accelerated up the bank to Stoke Summit and shot through Little Bytham at 123.
I hope you've enjoyed seeing Hornby's latest Mallard running on My Little Bytham, but a couple of admissions. Here we've got this wonderful locomotive, limited edition, to tie in with the Great Gathering. Actually, we've been running two, so the really sharp-eyed will be able to tell. Now, My Little Bytham layout is set in 1958. so none of my rolling stock really is appropriate entirely for a blue A4. However, I've sort of made up a 5-car teak set and one of my Pullman trains. Another admission, these locos don't have lamps. None of my trains run without lamps, but we'll have to let that go. Just to close on these magnificent models, Hornby's latest A4, Mallard as she looked in 1938, inappropriate for my little by them. But this one, this one, this one and this one are also from Hornby, and please don't think this is arrogance, but I am more than happy to use these on my layout. This was Hornby's Sparrowhawk. I haven't altered much on that, but it's been heavily weathered as befits a Gateshead locomotive. This one was Hornby's original 60031 from 2005, Golden Plover. All I've done is renumber and rename it and slight weathering. I've forgotten quite what the origin of this Hornby model was, but I've renumbered and renamed it to Gannet. But please note the attention to detail in these individual models. Hornby has made all 3 types of A4 tender. Silver Fox, appropriately, most appropriately, has the 1935 style original A4 tender, with the bowed end which matched the Coronation and the West Riding and originally the Silver Jubilee. Gannet appropriately tows a 1928 style XA1 A3 tender, of which 10 A4s were equipped. It doesn't have the radius back and it has beading. Sparrowhawk, as befits a Gateshead engine, has a 1937 style streamlined non-corridor tender. No manufacturer RTR has ever gone to this length. And this is my Hornby A4 pièce de résistance. I'm told that's the correct pronunciation. In the summer of 1958, as not a tiny boy but a schoolboy, I went to Doncaster Works and Dwight D. Eisenhower was just outside the paint shop. And this is one of the locomotives which we were taking part in the Great Gathering. It's the one that came over from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now this is almost a standard Hornby A4. It was their original Capercaillie in black, and I asked Ian Rathbone to paint it, and I have not seen a superior 4mm model. Thank you for your forbearance in listening to my waffle. And just to close, a couple of things concerning Hornby's latest Mallard. A full review will be in the August issue of BRM, and I hope I've been objective, but it really is a most outstanding model. And should you wish to acquire all 6 of the Great Gathering, Hornby, in partnership with Picture Pride Displays, is going to provide a free cabinet to include all 6, and full details will be in the magazine and also on the website.